All right, everyone. In this video, we will be covering Lesson 4 in Booklet 9. That is dividing two fractions when they are proper fractions. Now, remember, proper fractions is a fraction where the smaller number is on top, the larger number is on the bottom in your denominator, and there is no whole number. It's not a mixed fraction. It's not an improper fraction. It's a proper fraction. Now, the focus of this lesson is that we are dividing them, right? Previously, we have learned how to add, subtract, and multiply. Now we're going over the last operation, which is division. And the best way to divide two fractions is actually to learn how to turn it into a multiplication problem, not to learn how to divide two fractions. Let me show you what I mean. There is one specific rule that we need to learn for this lesson, and it is as follows. When you're dividing two fractions, you can take this division symbol and you can turn it into a multiplication if you flip the second fraction. We call that the reciprocal of the fraction. You don't need to remember that word. You just need to know that if you flip the second fraction, which means to bring the 5 to the top and the 2 to the bottom, you can turn that division into a multiplication. So that leaves us with 1 over 4 times 5 over 2. Now, we may not know how to divide two fractions, but we do know how to multiply two fractions, and that is by multiplying the two numerators. 5 times 1 is 5, and multiplying the two denominators. 4 times 2 is 8. Remember to take a trip over to the factor chart. Here is 5, here is 8. Let's see if we can simplify. Seems as though the largest number they have in common is 1, so this is already simplified. So the rest of the question stays the same. You've worked with most of these strategies before. All that's new is the first step, where you change the division to a multiplication as long as you flip the second fraction. And it has to be the second fraction. You cannot flip the first one. Okay, let's take a look at the second problem. Again, we're dividing two proper fractions, 1 over 3 divided by 4 over 6. Step 1 is to take this division problem and turn it into a multiplication problem. So we're going to change that division to a multiplication as long as we flip the second fraction, giving us 1 over 3 times the 6 goes to the numerator, the 4 goes to the denominator. Now we can multiply. 1 times 6 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. So the answer is 6 over 12, but we have to visit our factor chart, see if we can simplify that 6 over 12. Okay, they both have a 1, they both have a 2, they both have a 3, they have a lot in common. They actually both have a 6 as well. So we only need the largest one, right? We're looking for the largest, the greatest common factor. And the greatest common factor here is 6. So we take our numerator, we divide it by 6. We take our denominator, we divide it by 6, using either the factor chart or the calculator or mental math. We know that 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 12 divided by 6 is 2, giving us a final answer of 1/2. So try these last examples on your own. Make sure that your answers match mine, starting with 1 over 6 divided by 3 over 4. Step 1, we change the division to a multiplication. We flip the second fraction, not the first, must be the second. That gives us 1 over 6 times 4 over 3. Now we can multiply the numerators and the denominators. 1 times 4 is 4, and 6 times 3 is 18. Take a trip over to our factor chart. We're looking at 4 and 18 here to see what the greatest common factor is. Here is 4, here is 18. They both share a 1, they both share a 2, and it looks like that's all that they share. So the greatest common factor is 2. Right, so we're going to divide the top by 2, we're going to divide the denominator by 2, and what we're left with is 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 18 divided by 2 is 9, so 2 over 9 is our final answer. Question B, same process, right? We change this division to a multiplication, we flip this sign, or we flip the second fraction, sorry, giving us 2 over 5 times 10 over 6. Now 2 times 10 gives us 20. 5 times 6 gives us 30. So answer is 20 over 30, but we check to simplify. Here is 20, here is 30. They're near each other, which is nice. They share a 1, a 2, they share a 5, and they actually also share a 10. So the largest number that they have in common is 10. So we go back here. We divide the 20 by 10. We divide the 30 by 10. 20 divided by 10 gives us 2, and 30 divided by 10 gives us 3. Okay. So that's about it for today's lesson. Take some time, review the worksheet practice, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.